Now then YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kurt, and today I'm bringing you the Zombie World deck profile that I've been playing for quite some time now. In fact, I just played a live remote duel against Kyberlord on Instagram, and that's what compelled me to finally make this video, which I've been sitting on making for so long. Start off, you got 3 Shiranui, Solitaire. This is a great normal summon. Basically tributes himself or another zombie monster to search for a tuner with 0 defense from your deck, and you're usually searching the Uni-Zombie. This is also a great normal summon if you don't draw into the Shiranui Solitaire. It has 2 effects. You can increase its level by 1 to send a card from your hand, and you can increase its level by another to send one from the deck. You can only do each of those once per turn. It's great for sending your other zombie monsters that you need to be in the graveyard. And one of those great choices might be a Mizuki. This is your monster reborn for your deck. If he hits the graveyard, you banish him. You can special summon a zombie monster in your graveyard to the field. If you're playing Zombie World, the field spell, which is also very important for the deck, then all monsters in both players' graveyards are zombies, so you can special summon one from your field, regardless if it is a zombie or not. This basically shuts down a lot of decks, because it makes all the monsters in their graveyard a zombie, so they can't do reliant type plays, and neither player can tribute summon monsters except zombie monsters. We're playing the 1 Gozuki. This is basically a Foolish Burial if you normal summon it. You can also, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish 1 zombie monster from your graveyard, except this guy, and special summon 1 zombie monster from your hand, but I rarely do that. I guess sometimes if you've got Doom King in your hand, which you don't want him to be, that could be a way to get him out. We play the 2 Glow Up Blooms. You send this from your deck to the grave with Uni-Zombie. This lets you search a level 5 or higher zombie monster from your deck to your hand, but if Zombie World's on the field, you can just straight special summon it, so straight special summon Doom King, which is the boss monster of the deck if you didn't know. Then we're playing 2 Necroworld Banshee. This basically protects Zombie World if it's on the field, but also you can send it to the graveyard to banish it to activate Zombie World from your deck, which is very handy. And then we're also playing 2 of the best boss monster ever printed in a structure deck, as Crush cards say. This guy's awesome. He's basically your boss monster. During either standby phase, he special summons himself if there is a field spell on the field. Not just if Zombie World's on the field, but if a field spell is on the field, he comes back every standby phase if you want him to. And then once per chain, when a zombie monster activates his effect, either your monsters or your opponent's monsters, if you've got Zombie World on the field, you can either negate that effect, or you can banish 1 monster from the field or graveyard, and that does not target. It just says banish 1 monster from the field or graveyard, which is crazy. Other zombies we play are Jacko-Bolin. This is great for combos because you can discard 1 zombie monster, special summon this guy, and then during your opponent's main phase, you can target 1 zombie monster in either graveyard, special summon that monster, but banish it when it leaves the field. Then you can banish this face-up card until the end phase, so fun little guy. This is a beautiful card, Vampire Fraulein. This is protection. So when a monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense mode. You can only use this effect once per turn, but once per battle. If your zombie monster battles an opponent's monster during that damage calculation, you can pay life points up to 3,000 to basically boost your other zombie monster up so he can face the battle or defend the battle. And if you by chance attack with this at the end of the battle's phase, if this card destroyed any monsters by battle, you can special summon them from the graveyard to your field. So that vampire effect is also cool too. We've got another one of these in the side deck in case we need more battle protection. But at the moment we're only playing 1. One of the best hand traps in the game, Ash Blossom. You know what this does, it stops your opponent from adding cards from the deck to the hand, special summoning from the deck, and sending a card from the deck to the graveyard. And we are playing a danger package, because this is I guess a zombie danger deck. So we got Danger Bigfoot, Danger Nessie, Danger Mothman, Danger Jackalope, and Danger Chupacabra. I was playing double Mothman, but I cut it out. I would maybe take out the Chupacabra and put in Tsuchinoko if I had a copy, but unfortunately I do not have a copy. Spells, we've got 1 Foolish Burial, because in case Gozuki doesn't go off, or in case you can't Uni-Zombie your things to the grave, it's nice to get that on a one-off Foolish Burial. To shut down your opponent's monster's effects, because that's always fun to do, we're running 2 Dark Ruler No More. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls until the end of this turn. I mean, yeah, you can't do any battle damage, but it's great for getting over problematic monsters who have crazy effects that just stop you. So, good to play. And good out for Dragoon. Playing 2 Super Poly. Obviously, this is pretty much in probably every zombie deck at the moment. I was running 3, but sometimes you draw 2 of these, and that's not great. That's not great at all. If you didn't know what Super Poly does, discard 1 card, and then send from either side of the field to the graveyard the fusion material monsters that are listed on fusion monster card. So if you've got Zombie World on the field, and your opponent has 2 zombies because of Zombie World, you can go into Dragon Necro, Nether Soul Dragon. Or if 2 darks, then you can go into Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Because of spell and traps being a problem, or spells, we have the Cosmic Cyclone, Quick Play, pay 1,000, target 1 spell trap on the field and banish it. Not really enough. I guess I would run 3 Lightning Storms if I had them instead of this, but obviously those are too expensive, so we're running Cosmic Cyclone. We were using Twin Twisters, but then I found I didn't have many cards left in my hand. So, and this is great to just completely banish a thing. And then a bit of a spicy tech, I guess, that was seen in some tournaments, not recently, but quite a bit ago, was using anti-magic arrows. This is great. It's an anime card, I guess, and at the start of the battle phase, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, spell and trap cards and their effects cannot be activated. Cards and effects cannot be activated in response to this card's activation. So, if you activate this before the battle phase, you know that no spell and traps are going to come after you. Basically. Probably more of a side deck card, but once again, I don't have Lightning Storm, and I don't have more of the expensive cards to fill it. We're also playing Mirror Force because I do play at a local level, and sometimes, you know, they come at you with a powerful attack. So Mirror Force is in here, and I would run evenly at 3, but unfortunately I only have 1 copy. But this is an insane card. If you didn't know what it does, at the end of the battle phase, if your opponent controls more cards than you do, if you can survive a battle phase and they've got more cards than you, you can make your opponent banish cards from their field face down so they control the same number of cards as you do. And if you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. And now for the side deck, we got Dragon Necro, Nether Soul Dragon. Great for those 2 zombie monsters. This card can't actually destroy a monster by battle, but if the monster that it's battling has a level, that monster's attack becomes 0. And if this card is still face up on the field, I can special summon a Dark Soul token. And that Dark Soul token will have the original level and attack of the monster that it attacked. So, great for getting rid of things. Obviously the Super Poly. And Starving Venom is also a Super Poly target for 2 dark monsters, so that's good. Basically, if you can get 2 Doom Kings on the field, that's 2 level 8s. You can overlay into Dingirsu, send a card, banish to protect it. It's awesome. It's Dingirsu. It's dingy. Red Eye Zombie, Necro Dragon, because this is a zombie deck. This guy can get insanely strong if you get him on the field and you have a graveyard full of zombies and your opponent has a graveyard full of zombies because of Zombie World. Because he gains attack for each zombie monster on the field and in the graveyard, 100 attack and defense. So that's pretty good. And when another zombie monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 zombie monster from either graveyard to your field. So it's pretty good, and it came with the structure deck the Doom King came with, and yes, he's on the map there. He's awesome. Red Eyes. Draco Berserker of the 10 years, the other synchro we run, because he has that quick effect where if an opponent activates a monster effect, you can banish it, which is great for getting rid of things. If this attacking card destroys an effect monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, this card can also gain equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. Also can make a second attack on a monster during this battle phase. So this is a card that I think people underestimate, because he has a crazy effect there with gaining that attack and making a second attack, which is like 3 effects in 1. It's awesome. Link Karibo, because we gotta link away that Glow Bloom sometimes if we have to. Vampire Sucker, so this is just takes 2 zombie monsters and it lets you tribute your opponent's monsters if you've got Zombie World on the field. So I like to link Doom King and something else off into this. Doom King comes back on standby. This has the effect once per turn if a zombie monster is special summoned from either graveyard, I can draw a card. So get an extra card. Great hand, great card advantage there, I guess. IP Masquerade, this is a recent pull that I've always wanted. This card can let you link summon on your opponent's turn, which lets you go into the Phoenix or the Unicorn. If you have enough cards on the field and you can discard a card, then you can either get rid of a spell or trap on your opponent's turn, or you can bounce a card back to the deck using Unicorn. We're also running the Nightmare Griffin. It takes a lot to bring him out, but he's pretty good because as long as you summon this and you summon Doom King underneath him, like to an arrow that it's pointing to, then only monsters that he points to can activate their effects, which is pretty good if the board is set up nicely. So I might take it. In fact, I usually play online. I usually play Halki Fibrax there instead of Griffin, but you know. And then we play Topologic Trispana, which is link 3. If a monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to, banish as many of those monsters. So it'd be good to do maybe if you're close to game and say your opponent's playing loads of spell and traps, then gonna do lots of damage, and yeah, might close out the game, might win the game for you. And then we have Blacklisted Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, great game ender, basically 3 monsters with different names. If it's link summoned using a level 7 or higher, so Doom King is an 8. Opponent cannot target this with card effects. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can choose one of 3 effects. It can gain 1500 attack, or this card can make a second attack during the battle phase next turn, or you can banish 1 card on the field. So nice Blacklister effects. And then we have Saruya Skulldread, basically fix your hand if you go all the way with this guy. This card gains effects based on the number of materials used for its link summon. So if you've used 4 when this card's link summon, you can draw 4, then place 3 from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. So another great card there. And then Borrelsword. So yeah, I would probably play Access Code Talker instead of Borrelsword, because I think that's the way things are going now. I think he has slightly been power crept out. And if you're interested, please stand by for the side deck. For this, I kind of changed it a little bit for the remote duel, but we've got another copy of Dragon Nether Soul Dragon just in case we need another one. Thralling for the battle protection, DD Crow to banish cards from the graveyard, banish cards from the opponent's graveyard. We've got Gamma the Sea Turtle Kaiju, great for tributing off any problem monsters, maybe Dragoon. Then we got 1 Cosmic Cyclone in case we need to go play 3 and banish. Twin Twisters I put in initially into the deck and then took them out for Cosmic Cyclones because I didn't think we was going to make it. The 1 Called by the Grave, this was usually in the deck. It's a shame what happened to you. Another Super Poly in case we know where our opponent's playing loads of darks, or they're playing loads of monsters that we can just take away. Anti-Spell Fragrance, and basically both players must set spell cards before activating them and cannot activate them until the next turn after setting them. I wouldn't say it shuts them down, but I would say it slows every kind of spell deck down, maybe. Dimensional Barrier, this is great for, you know, once you find out whether they're playing a Ritual Fusion, Syncrotic Z's or Pendulum deck, you can set this and you can stop them from special summoning that monster of that declared type, and it'll also negate all the effects of all monsters of that type while they're on the field. So basically a good barrier, good floodgate. And yeah, that was my zombie deck profile. Please let me know what you thought. Please let me know if you built this deck, what changes you think would be good. I am pretty happy with it. Obviously there's some cards I can't afford, maybe the evenly matched, the Lightning Storms, but this is a fun deck. It's not fun to play against, but it's fun to play. So if you like this video, please give it a like and let me know how I did with this deck profile, because this is kind of my first one. Let me know if you want to see more, because I've got more decks I can show. Let me know if I should do test hands in these in the future, because I've seen them and they're pretty interesting and exciting to watch, see how the deck functions, see how it plays. Yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.